Many philosophers are known for a single utterance, a blank saying that long outlives them. At this point, do not be tempted to start struggling with the first blank. Keep reading on. There is often blank in this phenomenon. Again, it's very difficult to figure out what's going on. Notice how most of the information comes after the first two blanks. So let's read. While most undergraduate philosophy students can quote the 18th century philosopher David Hume as saying, "Reason is the slave of the passions," David Hume himself actually consigned this apothegm to the marginalia of his text. In all likelihood, he had blanked he had ever written any such thing. So here we have this important information. Consigned this apothegm, or what word that means? Saying. Notice saying, apothegm, same word. He had ever written any such thing. So what did he do? He consigned this apothegm to the marginalia of his text. You can kind of infer that this means the margins. And so consign, he's going to put aside, not really think about, just write quickly, jot down in the margins. And so you can see that this is something one would likely soon forget. Not readily deny. This is a little bit too negative. It's more the context, though. He had soon forgotten that. Now the thing is, one can argue either readily denied or inverted conceit sort of could work. And the thing about these text completions, obviously you should have a really good reason for why one answer is better than the other. So if you're not convinced at this point, that's fine, because there's other parts of the sentence that can help us see why soon forgotten works best. So what is it? Well, there has to be this fact that these philosophers are known for the single utterance, and it long outlives them. They die, but they remember, oh, he said this. But isn't that funny? Because they'd soon forgotten it. Aha, what's that word? It's not quite funny, but it's ironic. So there's great irony that something or a saying that philosophers remembered for, the philosopher himself or herself, they do not even remember ever writing that. And that's how that goes together nicely. Now we have a word that has to fit into the first blank. And here's a saying, reason is the slave of the passions. It's a nice short saying. And we see here unfocused, doesn't sound like unfocused. Obscure saying that long outlives them. That's the opposite, because here we have obviously it long outlives them, it's well known. And so the scary word here in the middle, long word, epigrammatic, has to be the answer. What does it mean? Something that is short, a saying that is short and to the point, which is perfect for our purposes here. And there are our three answers.